One of the hardest things about having a child with autism is that you can tell that they're very smart and that they maybe want to communicate, but they can't. And so, especially early on when she regressed into autism and she lost language, you could tell that that was where most of her frustration came from, is that she wanted to communicate and she couldn't, especially in the early days. The best she could do sometimes was yell or tug on you to try and get your attention. And so it's got to be one of the most frustrating things, both for parents and for the children, is this desire to communicate, but the block that prevents it from happening. She regressed into autism, we think, right around 14 or 15 months, but we didn't get an official diagnosis until she was about 2.5. She's a twin, and so it was very easy to explain the fact that she had suddenly stopped talking because her twin sister had suddenly started talking. And we had heard that sometimes twins divvied up skills and activities, but it was quite clear after a while as her sister continued to develop and progress, and she was moving backward, that something wasn't right. She started using the SPEAKall app just a few months ago. She had early on used a different application on something called a Dynavox, and she had some skill with that, but that was really clunky. It was a cumbersome machine. There was a lot to try and negotiate, and so the SPEAKall is much simpler and easier for her to negotiate, to manage, and she is able to pick up how you're supposed to use it really, really quickly, and she likes it because it is so simple in terms of its interface. And how a child can figure out within just a few moments, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do, and get a positive response from the adult or the clinic worker or the parent who's trying to communicate with her. Yes, we have been using it at home, mostly when we have Professor Wendt and his students guiding us through proper use of it, but the more she moves along in learning how to use the app, the more and more we'll be able to use it at home on our own. And so we're very excited about that. And she is thrilled, you can tell, to have the chance to communicate and to communicate easily. Because it used to be such a struggle for her just to explain to us her basic needs and wants. So this makes it much easier. At this point, we mostly use it in a rather controlled setting. We're expanding to more everyday use. As you can imagine, the problem with twins is whatever one has got, the other one wants as well. So yes, her sister is really great at using the SPEAKall as well, which I think makes it more attractive for Mallory, because not only does she do it, but her sister likes it too. And you can see her thinking, okay, this is something that lots of people like to work with, not just me. And so it makes it interesting for her, and also it helps to involve her sister in the therapy. Absolutely. More even than sort of basic confidence, is a kind of happiness at the ability to express herself. And this kid wants to learn. She really, really works hard at communicating, and so she is thrilled whenever they come over to the house to help her with the SPEAKall, because she wants to know how to master that so that she can communicate better. And she is just delighted every time she gets that interaction and she learns a new step. And we progress to a next level of using the SPEAKall. So it's not just that she's happier about being able to communicate, but she really enjoys the interaction with other people because she gets, I think, that they're trying to help her. In just the last month and a half, not only have we noticed this, and it's kind of hard when you're the parents because it's gradual, so every day we might notice something, and it's not as dramatic as for, say, her other therapists who perhaps see her once a week. They have said consistently every week, I can't believe how much she's progressed from last week. Today, I picked her up from occupational therapy, and her therapist there said, I can't believe how many I sentences she's trying to use and how easy the communication is between the two of us. So she's seen dramatic improvement. Everyone who works with her has said in just the last few weeks they've seen dramatic improvement and also increased confidence in Mallory. We feel really fortunate to be at Purdue that has this fantastic program, and my husband and I, our offices are just 2 floors up, and we just get to come on downstairs and really get the benefit of all this exciting stuff that's happening down here. So we are thrilled, and any study you want us to be in, we will be in, because Every time she's in a study, she makes great strides forward. She's been involved with the program here since almost the time we got the diagnosis. And it's helped her tremendously. So we're just grateful. We feel so lucky to be here, and that there are so many people who are interested in helping her and who really seem to know what they're doing, which is very, very important. And so that's another big benefit.